Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the concept of errors. So before we discuss about the actual concept of errors, let's recall that whenever we take observations or the measurements in the lab, how many observations do we take? We take one or two observations or minimum of 3 or 4 observations. The answer is a minimum of 3 or 4 observations. And why do we take these many observations? We take these many observations to have the accurate value of the quantity which is being measured. So that's why we feel that when we measure a quantity in a lab, then there are chances of errors. And how do we say that there is an error? If the measured value is different from the actual value of a quantity, then we say that there is an error. So first of all, let's write down what is an error. So if we say that there is a difference between the true value and measured value, then this is called an error, right? Now, if we are discussing about errors, a question must arise in our mind that how many types of errors are there. So, in your NCERT, there are 3 types of errors which are given. The first one is the systematic error. Second is random errors, and the third is least count error. So we just need to know about the meaning of these types of errors. We don't have to go into detail. This may be further divided into instrumental error, then we have personal error, and the third one in this category is imperfection in the experimental technique. Then we have random errors. Random errors, there is no further subdivision, and least count does not have any subdivision as such. So instrumental errors, as the name itself indicates, if there is an error in an instrument, then that error in the instrument will result in the error in the measured physical quantity. For example, you have this scale, and this scale is broken from here. So if you say that it is broken from here, then whatever value you will measure from the end where it is broken. So what will happen? Whatever value you will measure will have an error of the broken part, right? So this way, if there is an error in an instrument, it will lead to the error in the measured value of the physical quantity. Then we have personal error. You must have experienced in class 10th that when you did your Ohm's law experiment, that your teacher asked you to take the readings from the ammeter or voltmeter by keeping your head just above the instrument. You had this ammeter which is used to measure current. So there are different divisions, and when you measure the value, there is a needle which points at some division in this ammeter, and you have to note down that reading. So if you look at this reading by keeping your head just above this needle. Suppose this is the needle. If you keep your head just above the needle, you'll get the accurate reading. Now, if I look at the needle from some side, I will feel that the reading is not here but somewhere here, right? So, due to my different location, right, what is happening, if I am in a habit of keeping my head on one side, I am not in a habit of taking the readings here from here. So, then due to this habit of keeping my neck in a particular direction, I'll take the reading always wrong because I have to keep my head just above and I am in a habit of keeping my head slightly sideways. So that results in personal error, right? And another error which is called as parallax error is given the name of the name to the error when there is an error due to the difference in the position of viewing. So if I am looking at this from here, if I am looking at this from here, there will be different readings which I will read with my eyes. So that is called as parallax error. But here I have taken this example to tell you about personal error, that if I am in a habit of keeping my head on side always, then I will always commit an error by taking the reading from side, right? So this is personal error if someone is having a personal way of taking the readings. Then imperfection in the experimental technique. Now obviously, if you don't know the correct experimental technique, it will definitely lead to an error in the measurement of the physical quantity. So this comes under imperfection in the experimental technique. Then random errors. Suppose you need a particular temperature or particular humidity, particular pressure for measuring certain physical quantity. So what will happen? If there is a sudden change in the pressure or the humidity, then what will happen? It will lead to wrong values, or you can say that error in the measurement will occur. So this is random error which is beyond our control. This occurs randomly. Then we have least count error. So what is least count? Least count is the smallest value which can be measured accurately by an instrument. So let's take an example to understand this. If you have this scale which you use in your pencil box, what is the smallest value which you can measure accurately by this instrument? This will be 1 millimeter, right? So you can say that the least count of this scale is 1 millimeter, right? So I hope this is clear. For example, least count of 15 centimeter scale is 1 millimeter, right? I hope you understood. Now least count error means we know that if an instrument with less least count is used, it will give you more accurate values. Now here comes the concept of accuracy and precision, which we will be using again and again when we will take the readings in the lab. So let's understand the meaning of accuracy and precision. So what is accuracy? Accuracy is how close is the measured value to the actual value. Right? And precision means to how many decimal places the reading has been taken. So to how many decimal places, there is another word for this, resolution. To what resolution the measured value is taken. So precision means more is the number of decimal places to which the measurement is taken more is the precision. Let's take an example to understand the difference between the two. Let's take if actual value is also called as true value. Is suppose 5.2 gram. Suppose we are given the actual value of mass of a body, okay? And there were three measurements which were taken. We are taking an example. Three measurements, suppose 5.1, 5.2, .35, okay, and 5.4, right? So if you take the example of these three measured values, out of these values, the one which is closest to the true value will be called more accurate. The one which has more number of decimal places will be called more precise. So more closer the value to the true value, more is the accuracy, right? And more is the decimal places, more is the precision. This is also called as more resolution or more number of decimal places, right? So this is called more precise. So I hope the basic concept of error and the important terms accuracy and precision and the types of errors is clear to everyone. So that's all in the present video. In next video, we'll discuss about some very important concepts related to the calculation of errors. That's all for now. Thank you and have a nice day.